Oh, hey. So, as part of the nutritional study, I don't know if after you determined your dosha types, if you looked up the list that they have associated with all of that. I'm going to be discussing today the energetics of the herbs and of the taste because that's typically what I go by. So in Ayurveda, they talk about taste being a really important factor for our nutritional fulfillment. So it's not so like something can have a whole bunch of nutrients in it, but you're not going to get any nutritional benefits from it if it's just bland, because there's a lack of energetic connection there. So they go into discussing about herbs and stuff that I wanted to share today that have to do with the taste. So maybe you can see in your life what you typically go towards and maybe what might help in balancing some of that out or creating an effect within your internal constitution that might benefit you. So the information I'm getting from is going to be from the Yoga of Herbs from Dr. Vasant Lad. I used his references pretty much in the last book and kind of like all around in Vedic medicine because he's really big in nutritional stuff and so I trust him. I think he's pretty rad. Okay, so let's start with sweet. Okay, so the sweet taste promotes the growth of all bodily tissues and ojas, aiding in longevity. It is soothing to the 5 sense organs and the mind and gives strength and good complexion. Sweet taste alleviates pitta, vata, and the effects of poison. It also relieves thirst and burning sensations and promotes the health and growth of skin and hair. It is good for the voice and energy. However, when used too much by itself or in excess, sweet taste creates obesity, flaccidity, laziness, excessive sleep, heaviness, loss of appetite, weak digestion, abnormal growth of muscles of the mouth and throat, difficulty breathing, cough, difficult urination, intestinal torpor, fever due to cold, abdominal distension, excessive salivation, loss of feeling, loss of voice, a goiter, swelling of the lymph glands, legs and neck, accumulations in the bladder and blood vessels, mucoid accretions in the throat and eyes, and other such kapha-caused diseases. Okay, so that's sweet. So sweet, all this stuff is good in moderation, but if you're noticing one effect or the other, you might be having too much of the specific taste in your meals, okay? So let's go down to sour now. Sour taste improves the state of food and kindles the digestive fire, adds bulk to the body, invigorates, awakens the mind, gives firmness to the senses, increases strength, dispels intestinal gas and flatus, gives contentment to the heart, promotes salivation, aids swallowing, moistening and digestion of food, gives nourishment. It is light, hot, and wet. However, when used too much or by itself in excess, sour makes the teeth sensitive, causes thirst, blinking of the eyes, more than usual, obviously, goosebumps, liquefies kapha, aggravates pitta, and causes a looseness of the body, creates edema in those weak, injured, or in convalescence. From its heating property, it promotes the maturation and separation of sores, wounds, burns, fractures, and other injuries. It causes a burning sensation in the throat, chest, and heart. Okay, so far we've done sweet and sour, right? So now we're going to go into salty. Salty taste promotes digestion, is moistening, and kindles digestive fire. It is cutting, biting, sharp, fluid. It works as a sedative, laxative, and deobstruent. Salty taste alleviates vata, relieves stiffness, contractions, softens accumulations, and nullifies all other tastes. It promotes saliva, liquefies kapha, cleanses the vessels, softens all the organs of the body, and gives taste to food. It is heavy, oily, and hot. But when used too much or in excess, it aggravates pitta, causes stagnation of blood, creates thirst, fainting, and the sensation of burning, erosion and wasting of muscles. It aggravates infectious skin conditions, causes symptoms of poisoning, causes tumors to break open, makes the teeth fall, decreases virility, obstructs the functioning of the senses, causes wrinkling of the skin, oh shit, graying and falling of the hair. Salty taste promotes bleeding diseases, hyperacidity of digestion, inflammatory skin diseases, gout, and other mainly pitta diseases. Next is pungent. Pungent taste is cleansing to the mouth, enkindles digestive fire, purifies food, promotes nasal secretions, causes tears, and gives clarity to the senses. It helps cure diseases of intestinal torpor, obesity, abdominal swelling, and excessive liquid in the body. It helps discharge oily, sweaty, and sticky waste products. It gives taste to food, stops itching, helps the resolution of skin growth, kills worms, is germicidal, corrodes the muscle tissues, moves blood clots and blood stagnation, breaks up obstruction, opens the vessels, alleviates kapha. It is light, hot, and dry. In excess, it causes a weakening of virility by its post-digestive effect. By its taste and hot potency, it causes delusion, weariness, languor, emaciation. Pungent taste causes fainting, prostration, loss of consciousness, and dizziness. It burns the throat, generates a burning sensation in the body, diminishes strength, and causes thirst. By its predominance of fire and air, pungent taste creates various burning sensations, tremors, and piercing and stabbing pains throughout the body. Ooh. Next, we have bitter. Bitter taste, though it does not taste good in itself, restores the sense of taste. It's detoxifying, antibacterial, germicidal, and kills worms. It relieves fainting, burning sensation, itch, inflammatory skin conditions, and thirst. Bitter taste creates tightness of the skin and muscles. It is antipyretic, there we go, and it enkindles digestive fire, promotes digestion of toxins, purifies lactation, helps scrape away fat and remove toxic accumulations in fat, marrow, lymph, sweat, urine, excrement. Pitta and kapha. It is dry, cool, and light. In excess, owing to its natural properties of dryness, roughness, and clearness, it causes a wasting away of all tissue elements of the body. Bitter taste produces roughness of the vessels, takes away strength, causes emaciation, weariness, delusion, dizziness, dryness of the mouth, and other diseases of vata. And then last we have astringent. So astringent is a sedative, stops diarrhea, aids in healing of joints, promotes the closing and healing of sores and wounds. It is drying, firming, contracting. It alleviates kapha, pitta, and stops bleeding. Astringent taste promotes absorption of bodily fluids. It is dry, cooling, and light. In excess, it causes drying of the mouth, produces pain in the heart, causes constipation, weakens the voice, obstructs channels of circulation, makes the skin dark, weakens vitality, causes premature aging. Astringent taste causes the retention of gas, urine, and feces, creates emaciation, weariness, thirst, and stiffness, Owing to its natural properties of roughness, dryness, and clearness, it causes vata diseases like paralysis, spasms, and convulsions. So when they say things in excess, that means that you're only eating things that taste this way or herbs that have this type of taste to them. So what I invite you to do now is take a look at your current pantry and what foods that you're eating a lot of and what effects they're giving you. Look up all of these tastes and figure out which foods that you're eating matches these tastes. It's important to become aware of what you're eating and what you're putting the majority in your mouth, right? What you're putting in your mouth and in your body, because it is filtering. It's a filtering system, our body is, right? And so we want to know if this is creating perhaps some type of dryness, weariness, aging, tiredness, something like that that may be imbalanced, or maybe you're perfectly in balance. I know when I stopped using so much salt, I saw my skin get clearer and my mind also became more clear. So anyway, this was just a quick recap, something for you to further kind of check out. You can go by the Ayurvedic list of food that they have for each of the dosha type. I typically don't. I go through the stuff that feels good and what doesn't. Again, I go with the energetic uses of it. So I look to see, I look at these things, right? What am I in excess of? What could I maybe use more of? And I try it out and I find my balance. All right, so I hope this helped. Many, many, many blessings to you on your journey, and I will talk to you later. Bye.